Welcome to the Tamara Show. Today, joining us, we have Saddiq Ali, owner of Trace Coalition Logistics and founder and CEO of Drive Forward Academy. With over a decade of entrepreneur experience, Saddiq is not only a seasoned leader in the trucking industry, but also a dedicated mentor to both men and women seeking to break into the field. His mission extends beyond business success, as he remains committed to empowering others to thrive professionally and personally. Welcome, Saddiq.
Thank you for having me.
Of course,
it's a pleasure.
Of course.
Yeah.
So to get us started, I want to play an icebreaker game.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So first, I like games.
Yes.
You know.
Warm us up, get us ready, you know?
Yeah.
And we could probably do like...
Do I need to look at it or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do like 5 each. And you can definitely skip if you don't want to answer.
And we're going back and forth.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
You starting.
I'm starting.
You starting.
Okay. If they made a movie about your life, what would one of the high points be?
They made a movie about your life. I would say probably this, like starting my show and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully the dream is for it to be like mainstream. So I guess that would be the highlight, it going mainstream.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something you're working towards.
Exactly.
And I think you speak that into existence. It will be.
Absolutely.
So hopefully you do the work. You got a great setup here. I think you got what it takes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I want a deep question.
Okay.
How would you describe what you believe your life's purpose is?
That's pretty simple for me.
Okay.
As complex as my life can be, my life purpose is to impact people.
Yes.
It's been a common theme since I was the age as early as 10 years old.
Wow.
You know, I've always been some form of a leader in everything I've done. I always knew words were powerful, and that with the gift of voice and speech, we should do something with our words. And if we have the ability to lead, then it should be in a form of impact, right? So
yes.
If you look at everything I've done in the last 13 years, just from entrepreneurship alone, every business I've created has been around people, giving back, impacting, hiring people from within the community, starting businesses within the community. Even when I started personal training, health and wellness, it was literally to bridge that gap and show people from our community, underserved communities, that nutrition, health, fitness was accessible to us. So, and I made it affordable and I made it fun. So I would say my life purpose is definitely the impact. And the closer I get to my goals, I realize the more people I could impact in different ways as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I can definitely tell that just by looking at your Instagram.
Yeah.
So when we had our conversation, it checked all the boxes based on what I saw. Yeah.
And it's been a very intentional, I would say, step to ensure that I curate, me and my team, when I say we curate exactly what we want to put out there, like very strategically. You know, from personal branding to the business branding and how everything just aligns and what the synergy looks like. So
Yes, and team building, that's also a big part of
very important. Yeah.
What you're doing.
Very important. When people can feed into your vision, it changes everything. You 10x your growth. So that's the difference. I would say, like, if you was to ask me the question that I asked you to begin with, what would be one of the high points? It would be the fact that now I'm not doing it alone. When people could feed into your vision and they truly believe and see what it changes everything.
And it impacts them too in the long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
So is that the icebreaker or do I ask you one?
You can ask me one more.
One more.
And then I'll ask you one more.
This is your show. All right. Okay. Let me keep it a little simple with this one. Wait. You know what? Who's someone you look up to, and what is it about them you admire?
Ooh. someone I look up to. Wow. You know, the first thought that came to my mind was, unfortunately, no one. But
Wow. Okay. Really?
I know, but there's definitely, I would say my sister.
Nice.
I would say my sister. We are 25 years apart in age.
Yeah.
And that's my bestie,
That's what's
surprisingly,
up.
you know.
Yeah.
But my sister, I love her character. I love the morals that she stands on. She is like in taxation. So when people ask her about taxes, oh, can I do this? Can I say I'm married when I'm not? And can I add a dependent? She's like, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want somebody else to do that, you can ask somebody else.
Yeah.
So I love her integrity in the way she operates in her business. And I love her counsel. Sometimes when I talk to her about certain things, she's patient, she's understanding. So that's the person I would like to be, ideally.
That's amazing. Character, yeah, that's a big thing. A lot of people lack that, so.
A lot, it's crazy. A lot of people. Okay. What life situation has contributed to your strength or resilience?
Ask me that again.
What life situation has contributed to your strength or resilience?
Ooh. It's too many. I would say this early on in life. A lot of people don't know this, and this will be the first time I actually talk about it. I'm gonna say I was fortunate enough. A lot of people wouldn't say this, but to go through a very traumatic experience at the age of 2, where I lost my life basically and came back. Right?
What?
Yes.
What
Right. I got the scar going down my stomach, all of that. Right. So long story short, ruptured large, small intestines, was kind of bleeding internally.
Oh, wow.
Was rushed to the hospital. All of that. Had to learn how to walk again, use the bathroom again, all of those things. Right.
Wow.
But I've always been wise enough to realize that wasn't something that happened to me, it happened for me. And what I say is, since as early as I can remember, classmates from 6th, 7th, 8th grade through high school, through college, you know, everybody around me would say, why are you always so serious? Why are you like wise beyond your years? Like different things like that. It always gave me this reason to approach life with a certain level of seriousness, knowing that I'm here for a reason. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't look at that and think, okay, well, you know, it happens, right? Like, whatever. To me, I'm like, wow, if that happened to me at 2 years old, God gave me a second chance at life early.
Yeah.
So, like, I truly know God exists. I truly know I have a purpose here. So it truly just impacts my every move today. Like, I'm moving with a certain level of tenacity and faith that truly extends beyond any physical thing that's tangible that we can touch, right? So I truly appreciate life and all that I've been able to do. And that's why even when things get hard, I'm just like, that's life, right? Like, I used to say this thing where I'd be like, well, if this is all you got, then give me more.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
You ready?
Because, like I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like, it's like every day I'm waking up, I'm putting on, you know, my armor. I'm going out to war, right? And in a way, in a positive way though, because I understand what life could be thrown at you, right? But I'm not one to make excuses. You know, when you truly, and people from our community, they know how it is, man. We all have faced death or seen death at an early age and through our childhood. When you experience it personally, it truly changes the dynamics of your life if you do it the right way.
Yep.
You know, and that right there just guided my relationship closer to God and everything that I do.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Did your parents tell you about what happened, or, because I know some people don't remember certain things when they're very young. So did your parents sit you down and tell you about this experience?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
It took a couple years for my mother to be transparent about exactly what happened.
Oh,
my
wow.
father, he's not much of a talkative person. So me and him never had a conversation about what happened. But I, you know, fortunate enough for me, I remember enough. You know, I remember learning how to use the bathroom again, because I was a pretty big toddler. You know, I was one of those advanced ones who was just doing what he wanted to do, right? But in a controlled environment. So, you know, I had an idea of what took place, how it happened. I'm not going to go into it right now, but you know, it wasn't, you know, it didn't take long for me to realize that whatever happened, before I realized what happened, when I had the conversation with my mother, it was something that definitely changed my family's dynamic. And then also, you know, how people in my family even treated me in a good way, you know. You know, my Nana loves me, adores me. And that's my baby. So just seeing how they you know, they put tender love and care around me, and you know, it was always a form of community. And it didn't slow me down no bit. You know, I played sports growing up, everything.
Nice.
So,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10,
Yeah.
where are you mentally, personally, and professionally?
Okay.
So we can start with mentally if you want.
Yeah, let's start with mentally. I think that's key in everything. Mentally, I would say about an 8 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I am, and I'll correlate that to the professional part. I go through these, like, with business, you go through these ebbs and flows, these highs and lows.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I like to just float in the middle. You know, I don't let the quote unquote hardship take me too low. I don't like the successes. I don't let the successes take me too high, right? So to say, so mentally at 8, only because it has been a long week, you know, a great week though.
Okay.
A lot of development around my academy, Drive Forward Academy, which is really, really good. Signed a new contract. So those things are good. But what comes with that is responsibility. You know, I have a team right now of 4. And as of yesterday, we got to scale to a team of 12.
Oh.
That comes with responsibility. So the mental aspect of what goes into the logistics, the operational, the marketing, the branding, making sure, you know, the curriculum and core of the program is in place, you know, I'm built for it. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be inhumane to say that, yo, on my mind is not on my mind, that this is something that's a very big deal because of who we're looking to impact. So I have more so of a, I would say, not issue, but I need to be able to, my problem is being able to make sure that I identify the right personnel and talent that comes into the academy, that understands our core pillars, the business, the strategy, what the goals are. Like, choosing people to be a part of your team, for me, is the hardest thing.
Really?
Right? It's easy for me to attract, you know, people who got the professional experience.
That's true.
But it's the mindset. I'm looking for a mindset. You know what I'm saying? So I would say 8 on a mental standpoint. You said the second one was? Personally. Personally, because I'm big on myself in terms of, like, I'm hard on myself, I would say I'm about a 6.
Okay.
About a 6, yeah. I'm not in the gym as much as I would want to. You see what I'm saying? But I make the best out of my schedule. You know, if I'm in there 3 days, you know, I make the best out of those 3 days. You know, today I woke up, got straight on the Peloton, you know, got a nice protein shake in. So I'm not way off. Some people would say, oh, that's good. I ain't even do that. But I'm a high functioning person. Like, my motor goes, like, it's constant go mode for me. So that's why I said I say that I'm hard on myself, because I want to be a 10. I'm looking for perfection, and I know perfection is not quote unquote real, because we're constantly on that journey to be the greatest version of ourselves, right? Only God was perfect, but for me, I'm always aiming for that perfection. I'm always aiming to show up every single day best way I can, understanding that there's no true balance, you know? Some points of the day or week or our life, you know, in certain aspects, we might be at 100%. There's going to be other aspects of our life that we're at 60, 70, you know? So if I got to put everything in a box, I'm like, well, I'm probably at a 6, and that's okay. Tomorrow, I'll probably be at an 8 after today, right?
That's right.
And then we could cap off the week in a good way. And then professionally, I'm at a 10.
Oh.
Yeah, professionally, I'm at a 10.
Nice.
Yeah, everything, the engine is clicking, all cylinders. It's flowing. We got great things happening. You know, outside of me, my team, it's really good right now.
I love it.
Yeah.
You had a good week.
It was a good week. Great week. Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about Drive Forward Academy.
Okay, Drive Forward Academy is a vocational training program. We specialize in CDO, curriculum, CDO training. So we help, members of our community from underserved, underemployed, marginalized communities in the city get job employment and practical training, trade training. But beyond that, the core of our curriculum is truly teaching people the core skills to develop and evolve professionally and in life, right? So our main goal is to provide our clients with wraparound services. It's not just about the training. Anybody could tell you, hey, here's a license, and now go do what you want with it.
Yeah.
We're following up after. We're helping you with the job placement. We're helping you with the mental things. We're providing workshops, right, on financial literacy, on life skills, life hacks, health and wellness, right?
Yeah.
And then we also implement in tech and AI into the curriculums to ensure that when they transition into the workforce, that they don't get pushed out. You see what I'm saying? That's the biggest part, right? Because we understand what today's day and age, what's going on, right? Is everybody's talking about artificial intelligence and how that correlates to each field or each industry. And I've done my research. I'm always, head in the books, making sure that not only my business don't age out and get pushed out the market, but the people we're serving don't get pushed out the market.
Right.
So that's what Drive Forward Academy is. It's growing to something big. We have several community partners who specialize in different industries, everything from spanning from mental health to or counselors to health and wellness specialists, mindset professionals or growth mindset professionals. So it's really a holistic, robust program, and soon to be the biggest program in New York City.
Nice.
That's providing what we do.
It will be.
Absolutely.
Yes. So once they're done with the program, I'm curious, because to me you seem like the type of person who's big on relationships. And is there an open door for people to still talk to you or whoever they connected well with within the program who was teaching? Like, is that a relationship for life?
Absolutely.
Or is it for
our goal, I have to stop saying mine, our goal as an organization is to ensure that our students feel a sense of community, right? Like when we connect them to our case managers, our counselors, or our program coordinators, that's a direct line of contact that they'll always have, right?
Awesome.
When we open our doors in our Bronx location this year, actually in the next 30 days, our goal is that when they come into our space, they feel a sense of family, right? And when we give them that Drive Forward shirt or that hat and they finish with their certification and their license, it becomes a alma mater. Like, hey, I went to the school. It was a big deal, right? Like going to Columbia or a university. You proud of it, or you were part of a fraternity, right? I want them to be that proud. So making sure that not only I'm accessible, but the people who operate Drive Forward Academy is accessible is very important for us. Absolutely. Very important. And in the first 2 years of the academy, when it was just me going borough to borough, providing a service, that was the exact thing that inspired our students at the time on that smaller scale to even finish the program, because they seen somebody who looked like them, who came from where they came from. You know what I'm saying? I got the same stories they got. I lived in shelters. I made it out. I got held back in 7th grade. I skipped school. I'm no perfect person. You see what I'm saying? I done did things, had things, quote unquote, happen to me, for me, however you want to put it. And then none of it stopped me. Right? So them seeing that sense of hope was like, well, damn, if he did it, he came from the projects. I was born in Newark, New Jersey. I grew up in the Bronx, in Brooklyn, East New York, Queens, Highlands. I done literally been around and adapted to many environments, right? So the only thing I can say never happened to me is that I was never incarcerated. But I know what it is to be in those walls and talk to those people. I know what they struggle with, right? So them being able to identify that and see the quote unquote, the resemblance, so to say, of me to them or somebody they know, it's like, yeah, this is somebody I could trust almost.
Absolutely.
So that accessibility is very important to us. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you had 6 other businesses before Trace Coalition Logistics?
Yeah, just about 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those 6 different businesses over the course of 13-ish years?
Over the course of about 13 years, yeah.
Okay. Do you feel, how do I say it? Do you feel like those 6 businesses were necessary to the journey? Or do you feel like you wish you had just skipped all of that and gotten straight to trucking?
No. I wish I would have went through more of that. Like, you can't skip the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I skip all of those businesses, then I'm not the leader, the man, the professional, the entrepreneur I am today.
Yeah.
Like, it would be literally impossible for me to skip all of that because I wouldn't be able to sit here and have this conversation with you.
True.
Like, I would be stuttering, I'd be nervous because I'm not proven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to do this 6 years ago, I probably could have pulled it off, faked a lot of it. But no, it's impossible. Like, if I look at every chapter of each business venture I was in, it has literally molded who I am today and how I approach a business. Right? From as early as being in high school, selling candy, being liked by people. You know, that's a personal thing. Like, when you're personable with people and people like you, that's an order that makes you can sell. All you gotta do is learn how to sell.
Yeah.
If I translate that to going to college, doing personal training, people like me. It was easy for me to sell personal training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Selling t-shirts out my car. People telling me no, they didn't want the service. And me realizing I had to gain more skills and get more qualified, right? To then getting, doing security. Same thing. You know, that taught me how to deal with corporate relationships. You know, and then you move on and, you know, I've practically been in 3 or 4 different industries and I've seen success in all of them.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen success in all of them. I had a gym, you know, closed the gym in the height of the pandemic. You know, I, you know, started my first trucking company. It failed. I came back, right? So it's like you figure out ways through all of it to improve, come back with a better strategy, and don't let the quote unquote failures get back to you. So without the journey, without the 5, 6 businesses, I wouldn't be who I am today. And quite frankly, you know, I don't know what the next 5 years got in store. I don't care if I'm on my 10th business. I'm gonna keep going until I can't go no more. You know, like this is not a race, it's a marathon, legitimately. And for someone who has ran marathons, intentionally ran them because I needed to see what that saying actually meant. A lot of people talk. They be like, "Oh, it's not a race; it's a marathon." I've actually raced. I've done marathons several times. I've done the race physically, mentally. I've experienced it all. So I'm here to say that, like, on my first marathon, and I wrap this. The correlation to that to life was, well, I made it through that.
Yeah.
Right. Pain. I lost toenails, all type of stuff. Right.
No,
I'm sorry to get graphic. Right. But I went through that, you know, at a point where all my businesses was failing.
Wow.
I had nothing. I was net zero again. You know, this was what, 4 years ago. I had to start all over. You know, went into a marathon, never trained. Ooh. I got through it off of sheer willpower for my first one. Just heart, right? So, no, you don't get to the 26.2 or 26.3 miles without going through the first 25.
That's right. I love that.
Simple.
I love that.
The best analogy I could give you.
What do you think is the difference between an entrepreneur and someone who's self-employed?
Self-employed, and it's funny, I wrote this in my journal probably on Tuesday. And it was because the reason this came up is I asked myself a question. I was like, well, what's the difference between what you was doing 10 years ago or 8 years ago versus what you're doing now? But the difference is a self-employed person is still replacing time for money, right? A true entrepreneur is someone who has a vision. They share their vision, and they're actually able to scale their business by keying in on certain people with talent that's smarter than them in areas, right?
That's a big one.
They're not always self-reliant. See, self-employed is exactly what it means.
That's true.
Employed. Okay? My business now, I'm no longer self-employed. I'm employed due to the people around me.
Yeah.
Who I say, hey, Tamara, this is my vision. We need to do X amount. I got a chief strategist officer. I have an operational officer. Their job is not to tell me, oh, we can't do that. Their job is to make my craziness work. Bottom line, that's the difference between an entrepreneur and someone self-employed. Someone who's self-employed is still in that rat race. And this is not nothing against them.
Yeah.
I was there for 8 years. I was traveling far and wide, training clients in Brooklyn and training clients in Manhattan. Before you know, you look up 20 hours done went by, right?
Yeah.
But now is a very strategic approach to my day, how I delegate, right? An entrepreneur delegates. That doesn't mean you put off the responsibility though.
Right.
That just means you say, hey, look, this is what I need you to do. This is your responsibility, but I'm gonna still oversee that. So that's the difference between someone who's self-employed and an entrepreneur. And it takes time to build that. Most people who are entrepreneurs were self-employed at first.
That's true.
Yep.
What are some of your business non-negotiables?
My business non-negotiables now, and this is what I'm about to say is fairly new, within like probably the last 9 months. I don't short sell myself, or it's the word I'm looking for. My price is my price, is what I'm trying to say. My price is my price. And before it was, I negotiated with people. And I'm not saying that you don't negotiate. I don't negotiate anymore. But the negotiation is much bigger, more broad. And usually the people I'm negotiating with, they have a fine understanding of the services that we provide. So they know what value it brings. True. So the negotiations don't go that far.
Okay.
Like, yo, this is what it is. This is the number. And if you want the quality that you want, there you go, right? But I would say, I don't short sell myself or any business that I'm with. When you truly create a good product, service, people will pay you, organizations will pay you, whoever will pay you what your fee is, okay?
Absolutely.
Another non-negotiable with myself is, I don't let myself personally, I don't let Saddiq go into a rabbit hole that keeps him stagnant. And what I mean is, a lot of times we get down on ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't hit the mark. Maybe we miss the mark, right? And we fall a little short. And I got 5 minutes. I gotta shake that off. I don't care the tornado. The world could be going crazy, and this is just how I am. Like I remember when the pandemic hit. Everybody was inside, not me. I mean, it sounds selfish enough, but stay inside for what?
Yeah.
I went and leased the gym. While everybody was scared, I leased the gym. I sat in my gym for 20 days straight with nobody coming in. The world was shut down. And what did that do? I took a risk, which is a non-negotiable for me as well. Like, I'm going to take risks.
Yeah.
I took a risk, sat in that gym for 20 days with equipment, nobody in there. Then I came up with a plan. And before you know it, I had a bunch of people in the gym through the pandemic. And at that point, I made more money in my entrepreneurial career than ever I did in the past. So, I just, I don't self-sabotage. The best way I can put it.
Yeah. What do you look for when you're hiring somebody?
I'm always looking for character.
Okay.
I'm always looking for character. I don't care where you come from, if you black, white, orange, blue. What's your character like? Are you someone who's reliable, adaptable, someone who sees opportunity at every corner? Because that's truly what has made me, or has granted me the successes I've had. Is that I could see the smallest little thing as an opportunity, and I'm trying to go for it. I'm going for it. You see what I'm saying? So, they say, preparation meets opportunity. So when I'm looking to hire people, someone who has a good verbal recall, who understands the task, no matter how big, no matter how small, who sees themselves as more than just an employee. That's the problem with a lot of people who are self-employed, 9-to-5ers, whatever. If you truly want to gain the edge in the work environment and the business environment, you have to see yourself as more than just some being that's just doing a job.
Yeah.
Because then you're not going to be able to bridge that gap to the vision or the dream you have for yourself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And at some point, dreaming leads to you oversleeping and you miss the opportunity. So I need people who are visionaries, who are doers,
Yeah.
you know?
So I feel like that's a good point, but I feel like it could be a little hard sometimes. Like because you got 30 minutes to interview them, and
Yeah.
how can you identify certain things in them in 30 minutes?
It's not hard.
It's not hard?
No, it's not hard.
Oh,
I could just tell one by how you show up.
Oh.
We schedule for 8:30, you show up at 8:35, you show up at 8:30. Some people say that's on time, but I'm gonna tell you that's late. You show up at 8:25, and I know you out in a waiting room, that's different.
Yeah.
Then you come in, you dress a certain way, you formal. You know? Yeah, I'm not saying you gotta be the most articulate person, the smartest person, none of that. You just showing up that way alone is already gonna put you at a higher, pedestal for me. Right? And then I ask maybe one or two questions that something I used to ask myself when I was 21. What's your why? What's your why? Because if a man or a woman say my why is I got 2 kids at home or a kid at home, I know you're gonna be fueled by something different than the guy who probably doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
You know? For me, my why that question is prevalent is because I realized that 23, that my why was much bigger than me. It was changing my family dynamics. And then I had to visualize the mouths I'll be feeding when I became a husband, a father. So that's my why. Every day I'm like, well, I pretend I got these little people that depend on me. That might sound crazy to people, but I know where I'm going. I'm planning for that, right? So yeah, what's your why? That's that question right there. In my opinion, it supersedes anything else. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I don't know if you're familiar with this show. It's called I Am Athlete.
I'm very familiar with I Am Athlete.
Okay.
Yep.
So, on one episode of I Am Athlete, there was this guest, and he was talking about how when athletes come into the NFL and they get their first big check, the first thing that they do is they take care of parents, the people who helped them out when they were coming up.
Yeah.
But normally money should be going down towards our children, our family or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that's the case for you, where as you are growing and becoming more successful, money is going towards family, people who helped you, or the other direction?
No, I know exactly what episode you're talking about, because me and a couple of my guys had these conversations. I agree with the statement. I think money should trickle down. Oh, I'm sorry, trickle up, right? No, down,
trickle
down, to your kids, right? I absolutely agree with that. A lot of us, coming from where we come from, we feel a need to help everybody before we help ourselves. I had to get out of that mindset 4 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing I had to do was, tell my mother, look, Ma, this is not in my means right now, because I have to start over.
Yeah.
And that was me self-proclaiming, and then also telling her that, I had at that time, quote unquote, fell. I hit a wall, and I had to say that out loud. So she and others in my family knew where I was at. And with that vulnerability came them now helping me in a way that I needed at that time.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I agree. I think there is some pressure there for some of us who are first generation successors of some sort, who bring in a lot of money, not just athletes, but being in business. We feel like we need to help everybody. And what I would say is, help yourself first. Fully make sure that your foundation is laid.
Yeah.
And that way, when it's time for other people to stand on that foundation, it don't plummet.
Yeah.
Set yourself up, right? It's okay to give, know how to say no, right? So protect yourself. Because ultimately, when when and if you do hit the wall, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be a lonely, lonely place.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. And everybody who you helped when you wasn't ready to technically help them, it's not gonna be able to help you in the way you need help. So make sure you set something up for yourself, and before you start bringing people on that boat, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my question is, who taught you how to manage money? Because for me, in high school, I had a friend, and she was working very early.
Yeah.
And she was like, and then she was working probably from junior year. I started working senior year, and she was just like, "Are you saving your money?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, put a little something aside. It doesn't have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not making much, but like put a little $50 on the side." And that changed the game for me, because I'm like, oh, I thought like saving had to be like, it had to be something big. It had to be 95% of your check, you know? So that was my intro to managing my money better, being intentional, and saving. So for you, what was that experience? Was it your parents? Was it a certain situation?
No, I mean, at every level, managing money gets a little different, especially when you have more money coming in that you probably never seen before.
Yeah.
At first, saving was always easy for me from like the age of 7. Always been like this little hustler. So once I got it, I was always keeping at least 80 to 90% of my money.
Oh, wow.
At least. And this is getting money from uncles, aunts, nana, father. You know, if they gave me $5, I was saving 4. I always did that because I grew up around men who always had wads of money. Like, you know, and I would be like, well, I need to get that, right? So I'm sure you probably did it. When you get a $20 bill, you go break it down to all ones. You ever did that before? No? Well, growing up, we did that. So I would break down as many big bills to get as many ones as I could to get that big wad in my pocket and put a rubber band on it, and then fill up my orange and vanilla Nike box, right? The old Nike box. So it was just a thing. And then as I got older, going through high school, I started making more money than, I was probably making about, $8,000 to $10,000 profit in high school, and, was able to buy my first car at 19, paid off, right? Bought it for like $12,000, saving, right? But then leaving entrepreneurship, going into the workforce for about 3 to 4 years, saving ain't that easy. Especially when you're used to living and having a certain amount of money, waiting for a check every week, every 2 weeks, that was just like, okay, I got to change things up. But I bumped my head a couple times in that 4 years and ended up not managing my money right. We're just completely over leveraged. And then I started making 6 figures. Bumped my head, a couple times, making, mid to, low 6 figures. And it just was a constant learning game. Yeah. Just constant learning how to manage it, learning where to put it. And then when you truly start running a business or businesses like I run, you realize that you got to feed the business before you feed yourself. Yeah. You got to feed your employees before you feed yourself. So I would say life lessons and business taught me how to manage money, and it's still a learning game. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to run into some issues when you're making multiple 7 figures and 8 figures. But ultimately, it's making sure now at this point, having the right advisors in my place, yes. Paying people who are smart with numbers, who understand P&Ls on a whole bigger scale than I do, and implementing those tactics of saving and investing, and making sure that the financial backbone is there in my portfolio to where, like, if things did go awry, I don't sit there and, plummet. Yeah. Yeah, I know that was very complex, but I had to give it the best way I could.
It was good. It was good. Okay, so your name is Saddiq Ali.
Yes.
Why did you decide to change your name?
So Saddiq is my middle name. I added the Ali. I hyphenated Saddiq, and I added the Ali, mainly because the influence of Muhammad Ali, and also the influence of like Malcolm X and the whole civil rights movement in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. I'm a Muslim man too. And anytime you hear the name Ali, it's just powerful. It's powerful. You know, I've read all of the autobiographies, watched the movies. I was always influenced by men of character who spoke a certain way, who just exuded a certain essence of strength. And it also gave me the opportunity to, although I'm a junior to my senior, my father, who I admire very much, it gave me a slight opportunity to kind of pull that away from him and create my own legacy. Right? Like I'm proud to be a junior, proud to have had my father in my life, but I needed to create something different for my life and the legacy of my kids when that time comes. So I added the Ali. I didn't want people calling me who weren't family and friends, close friends, calling me by my first name, Halim. Right? So I was like, you know what? Saddiq Ali. It sounds powerful. It sounds like it's me, you know? And the more time went by, I just started to step into that more and more and more. And that's what you see today, you know? Just,
Absolutely. And also, like, my brother recently had a baby, and I was giving him names, and all my names was very powerful. But he was like, I'm like, see, you don't understand the mission. You gotta speak that over that person. I think you did the same thing.
Absolutely.
By shifting gears, you speaking over yourself.
Correct.
Who it is that you want to be.
Correct. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I think names, especially if you know the origin of your name, I think we got to be intentional with what we name our kids, for sure. And if you, and if you also got a name you don't like, that's probably didn't fit you, change your name. Be who you want to be.
Absolutely.
Nobody, look, we only got one life to live. Nobody thoughts should dictate how you decide to alter, change your life in whichever course you want to take. We got literally one life to live. And the only person who's going to judge us on Judgment Day is the Most High. Nobody here. So as long as we breathing, let's do the best what we can with it, how we want to do it, unapologetically. And that's it,
right.
you know?
So you mentioned that you are Muslim.
Yes.
Were you always Muslim, or so what led you to make that transition?
I always had, again, a keen sense of character, strength, faith in God, all of these things growing up. I didn't grow up in a church. I did know, because all of my family, we have, like my uncles, cousins, my father, obviously, we have Muslim names. So I knew it was the origin of, that extended back to Islam. And then as you get older, you start learning things. I had to go to my grandmother and ask her a couple questions, and I realized that her late husband was Muslim, and they actually practiced Islam. And then my father and family just kind of went a little, in a different direction. So once I figured that out, I was like, oh, this is me. This is me. Like, everything that is Islam is literally how I've lived my life. Is structure, is God-fearing. God is at the forefront of it all, Allah, and it's community. And it's a sense of integrity that comes with it that I follow and live my life by. Like, I'm truly, and I don't say this to just say it because it sounds good, I'm truly a person of integrity. Like, what you see is what you get. I don't need to be in your face to prove you wrong. I'm not even trying to prove you wrong. I could care less what you think about me, right? They judge every prophet you could think of in a book, right? So what makes you think what would make me think I'm so special not to be judged in a way that doesn't align with me? So ultimately, that's what made me really dive into Islam and revert to Islam. I reverted about 3 years ago, at a point where my life seemed to have been on like a decline. And I had lost everything. I really didn't. I actually gained everything. They say you learn a lot in your darkest moments about yourself, right? True. But that's what made me go to Islam, because when I had nothing, it was just, he was all I had. It was God, when I quote unquote had nothing, when my back was against the wall and I was, pulling change from my cup holder to get gas, It was just me and God. He was the only person that could hear my cries, right? So I had to commit to something, and my commitment to God is just a big thing for me as I move on this journey to truly become who I envision for myself. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. What do you do for fun?
It might not be fun for you. No, honestly, I mean, it's hard work is so ingrained in me that it's fun. Right? So my fun literally is, I do travel more now.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna take a different course because I could really be a stickler when it comes to fun, but I do travel more.
Okay.
You know, like this year I've been on probably 3 vacations, the most ever in the last 6 months.
Wow.
You know, went to Turks, that was cool. Rome, Italy. I wouldn't categorize that as fun though, because by the third day I'm ready to leave.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's not the most fun for me getting on flights, luggage, and all of that. My fun would be skydiving. My fun would be motorcycles. My fun would be mountain climbing, trails. You know, things that get the adrenaline and heart pumping. I love running on a day-to-day. I love running in the park with my dog. I like washing my cars. You know what I'm saying?
That's fun.
Yeah, that's fun to me. Like it's like, as a man's, quote unquote, a man's man, as they say, it's like I find the fun things in the things that get the heart pumping, and I'm able to use my hands, like going to the gym and being in a sauna class, like challenging myself, right? Like cold plunges, that right there is like, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. You get that dopamine rush, and it's not fun for me if I don't get that rush that I'm looking for, right? So I do those things to challenge myself, and I find I get fun out of that. It really makes the inner child in me smile to know that, like, the young version of me will be so proud of me challenging myself in this way, and then considering it fun. Like, that's crazy to think about. Like, I'll give you a quick backstory. We did like a Russian, some group of friends of mine, we did like a Russian cold plunge where it was like hot and cold contrast, and really dope place in the city. And we had to get in and out the cold plunge, which was about 25 degrees or whatever, right? In and out the cold plunge, and each time using it for 2 minutes. Right? So, and I'm just sitting there and I'm grunting like, right? And my boys is looking at me like, yo, you are sick. And I'm like, nah, like, you know, and it's cold, I feel it, but in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather be doing this than anything. This is fun. Like, why not, right? So that would be some of the things I do for fun. Yeah.
Wow. You know, no, honestly,
you should do it. Every time, women, y'all know it's too cold, cause y'all don't even like the AC on in the house.
Exactly.
But do it. You will come out a different person. I promise you.
One day, I'll put it on my bucket list.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna make sure I hit you back up like, yo, Tamara, you did that cold plunge yet?
Ooh, I saw Kelly Rowland doing that, and she kept running away. I'm like, that would have been me right there.
It's like that, because if you have to submerge yourself with the water as soon as you can. Like, some people do a little toe dip.
Yes.
Nah, don't do the toe dip.
You can't go all the way.
Just get in. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. The quicker you submerge yourself with the water, the quicker you get you go through that whole mental block. You're like, okay, I'm in it, just breathe. It's like jumping out of a plane. Everything is adrenaline while you're sitting on that edge, like, am I crazy? Am I really about to do this? Until you jump and you're like, oh, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
So you've done this before?
Yes, I have.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You thought when I said skydiving?
Yeah, I thought like that's something you wanted to do.
No. I've done it. I'm only let's get this clear. Everything I'm speaking about on this podcast, I either done it, and that's it. I'm not gonna talk about what I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna speak in the present moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good, because I think today's society idea of fun is so shallow. Clubbing.
I'm good on all that.
Drinking.
I'm good on that. My head started hurting. I can't do the clubs. I don't have many vices. You know, I don't do no drugs. Not looking to consume a bunch of alcohol. I have one drink here and there. Like all the last month, I went on an alcohol fast. Why, I don't know, because I don't drink that much. But this month, I'm going on like a bread fast, a sugar fast. You know, I'm about 12 days, 11 days in on that. So, you know, it's important that we, you know, you find ways to kind of take certain things out of your daily, I don't know, task or however you want to say it, things that you were used to doing, just like, let me change that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You have to.
Absolutely. Makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So you said, date where you are going, not where you are at.
When I said that?
You said that.
I said that. I definitely said that.
You definitely said that.
you did some digging. Yeah, I definitely said that. Yeah.
So what are some qualities that you saw early on in your lady that you knew this is somebody that you could really do life with?
Oh, she had that same, and I say this in a very respectful way. She had that same rigidness about her that I had and approach to life, where it was like, oh, this is a beautiful person, but she got some toughness to her. You know, like, I like to think I'm a good looking guy, but I got a bit of toughness to me. I'm a little rough around the edges, so to say. So I need somebody who's very much like floating in between that, like, B and A type of person. And she's very much like type B. I'm very much type A, but she got a little bit of type A in her. But some of those characteristics was just, you know, her approach to life was very much like, I could do anything I put my mind to. And the beautiful thing about her is different from me is that she just gonna do it with no plan, but she gonna do it. I don't know what it is with women. Y'all got this thing with it. I'm just gonna do it, and y'all just jump out. Y'all do it, and I think that's the beauty in that. Just being fearless, regardless of what's gonna come your way. You're just going for it. Whereas I gotta plan out every step. I gotta make sure, like, I ain't trying to bump my head. And that's what I like, you know. And just somebody if I'm gonna talk to you every day, you know, we not gonna be talking about what we talking about, because I'm not a small talk type of person. I'm talking big stuff every day, to the point where she be like, oh my God, again, we about to talk about this. We about to talk about this again. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this again, because you know, it's important to ensure that we on the same page. You know, we gotta make sure we check in and make sure we communicate. Make sure that, you know, whatever you need out of this, you're getting it, and whatever I need out of it, I'm getting it, and that we're gonna be okay. You know, so I guess that answers the question. That's some of the things I really look for. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scriptures is iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And yeah, that sounds like everything you described.
Yeah.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Saddiq.
No, well, thank you. This was great.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, this was great. I like what you're doing. When you reached out and offered, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're familiar with each other, right? And I always want to see people who I know for a certain amount of time succeed. Like that's so big to me. So when the Tamara show becomes mainstream and you take off, like, I would love to be a part of that. Like, yo, you know, I contributed to a show in a way, added some value. And you said you was changing your set. Look at you. Like, come on. This is a big deal. So give yourself applause, because I think people underestimate what goes into creating something, a product, a service, a show. One, you got to be strong to do it. You got to really be fearless, because you're putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally putting yourself out there. Like, damn, you know, I got to talk in front of these cameras. That's not an easy thing to do. If it was, everybody would do it.
True.
You know, like, truly, everybody sit here, this whole building would be booked out, and everybody be trying to get in front of the camera, right? So, and then you're doing something that one day maybe your family or your kids or whoever route you go, they're gonna be able to look back at this. You're gonna be able to look back at this. Like, well, look at me. Look at me. You know what I mean? Look where I'm at. Look what I did. Look how far I've come. So kudos to you. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes,
Yeah,
means a lot. And
for sure.
you as well. All the strides that you've been taking and all your success and everything that you're doing. Very proud.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very proud.
It means a lot.
I think I was watching a video on TikTok and this guy was talking about how a lot of Black women are succeeding and doing all the things, buying homes, but Black men are not. And I'm just like, that's not true.
That's not true at all.
That's not true.
Yeah.
But I love to see us win.
For us.
Yes.
That's it. Us.
Us, yes.
Not,
I love to see us win. I love to see us put in the work, the time. But honestly, your mindset is rare.
Yeah.
A lot of people just, because I've spoken to people.
Yeah.
And it's very backward thinking. And, you know, that's due to upbringing and all that. But
that's all excuses, though.
I agree. I agree. But I like to give people grace. So
I do too.
But yeah,
but
it's
I
very
think
rare.
when you doing things with intentionality and you don't got time to talk about upbringing and this happened to me and that happened to me. Everybody got a story, man.
Yeah.
And everybody got a story. Yeah. So.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
This was awesome.
It was great.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching.
For sure.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, you have to, for sure. You have to. You'd be crazy not to. After this episode, you'd be crazy not to.
Right.
For sure.